Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. I'm Vanessa Levin from Pre-K Pages, and I am coming at you live from my classroom tonight. And many of you wanted to see some of the changes I made for 2018. So come on in and let me know in the comments below where in the world you are watching from tonight. And tell me if you have made any changes to your classroom this year just to help with traffic flow or whatever, because it's always a struggle, right? Come on in. And in just a moment, I will turn the camera around and we'll just visit all the different centers here in my classroom. So come on in and get comfy. I'm Vanessa Levin from Pre-K Pages, and if you have any other early childhood friends who you think might like to take a tour of another classroom, then go ahead and let them know about this broadcast. I have done other tours of my classroom in the past, so if you're just joining us for the first time, I have hundreds of videos recorded over on the videos section here on the Facebook page, and you can watch any of those at your convenience so you can see the changes my classroom has taken over the last few years. So come on in and get comfy, and I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have a preschool classroom in my home, but I spent 20 years teaching in the public school system, teaching public pre-K, and I also taught kinder for a year or two every now and again. So here, I'll start over in this corner and go around the room from here. So this is my science center, and some of the things you are seeing, like the Science Center sign. Tom has links to those and he'll drop them in the comments for you below. And I also have a Science Center page at Pre-K Pages. And today I just released the new Center Essentials Guide, which Tom will drop a link to for you below. So if you like a condensed version, and if you'd like it all organized in one place, then the Center Essential Guide is for you, because it has all 14 video explanation detailed tours of each center. But this is my science center right now. And this is how it was set up for a 5 senses theme. Okay. And the little clear tubs you see there, I got those at IKEA for $1.40. And the reason I chose those is because they look super sturdy. They seem super sturdy. And they were just the right size for my shelves because my shelves are rather short. So yeah, and then the labels that you see on each tub here in the Science Center, those are in my free labels pack. And that's free to all members of our free Facebook group, Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes. And it's editable, so you can type the words. Each tub has a picture followed by words. You can type those words any way you like, in your own language or whatever. So those are water beads in the bottles there. Just a very simple see, hear, touch, smell type of a setup right now. But of course, change it up. You can always change it up, right? And then I have some books up here. Oh, well, actually a lot of science books. Maybe a few too many, but every time I try to weed them out, more just magically appear. I know, how does that happen? Books seem to do that to me. And then, now remember, my classroom is 13 feet by 13 feet. So we're not talking about a great big space. This is a very simple bulletin board that I have here. I keep the borders the same all year round, and then behind the background on the bulletin board is a black bed sheet. It never fades, it never shows staple holes, it looks great forever and ever, amen. And then the little welcome sign, those are little plates from the dollar store, and then I just cut out little circles and little letters with my silhouette to spell out welcome. Okay, and then directly below that, there we go, is the Math Center. So the Science and the Math Center are basically right together, and that's totally fine. I have math books here. All these books are related to like numbers, counting, patterns, all that good math stuff, sorting. I've got some magnetic letters, and we have some magnetic boards around here somewhere. And then we have our math center sign. And these are editable, so you can type the text you prefer, and you can add photos of your own center. So that's a picture. So you're seeing a video of a picture of a picture. So you take a picture of the center, how it looks when it's clean, and then you put it on the sign, and now the kids have a model to look at, and then the words are for the adults. We have a little tape measure here and a little balance scale. Now, none of this stuff goes out unless I have introduced it to the children in a group lesson, and we've talked about uses and how to use everything and all that good stuff. So I don't have all this stuff out on the first day of school. Down here on the next shelves, and I have an entire blog post about all the things I have in my math center, but basically I just have counters, things they can count with. They can do sorting activities, patterning activities. So those are some farm animals, some dominoes. Dominoes are great for subitizing. We've got some Unifix cubes, some pattern blocks, and there's some pattern block mats around here. The little counting people, my number bots. Oh my gosh, how fun are those? Then I've got my ice cube tray games and some teddy bear counters. But you can have whatever you want in your math center. And again, those labels are free in our preschool teachers, our superheroes Facebook group. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you see things that you have in your classroom or anything that you have that you don't see here that you really recommend. Let other people know about it, right? This is my new rug this year. Again, it's a very small classroom, but I wanted a more calm rug, I guess, if you will. So this kind of matches that whole kind of, sort of. It looked like it did online, but it's not quite a match. And then over here, if I just pan a little bit over here to my right, then we have our block center. Again, we have books about transportation and building, so all kinds of books there. And then I have this little Sterilite 3-drawer container with foam blocks by color. Yes. And then over here, again, we have our center sign, right? My ink was running out on this sign. And again, it's a picture of what the clean center looks like with the words for the adults. And then we have some clipboards with paper and pencils so the kids can make diagrams or maps of their creations. And I love these trucks from Green Toys. Green Toys, they use all recycled materials in their toys. And so this is all recycled plastic that they use. So I love those. They're very, very sturdy. And then I have some little tubs of little things, some animals, some rocks, some sticks. These are all great things for building, right? Well, not the animals per se, but building things in general, the rocks and the sticks. And then on the bottom, I have these blocks that look like wood unit blocks, but they are actually foam. I love them. I love, love, love them. So yeah, and they look really neat right now because I organized them all, but that's not how they usually look. But I needed them to be able to show you on the camera. And then over here we have some wood slices. So these are just like someone took a saw and they cut little slices of tree branches, thick tree branches or skinny trees, however you want to look at it. But those are great for building too. So you've got some natural materials, the rocks, the sticks, the slices of wood. Oh, and then we have some fake leaves. Real leaves would just make me sneeze. We've got traffic signs, all of the different traffic signs the kids can use when they make their cities and their roads and all of that good stuff. And again, these cars, most of these cars here, I think there's a few Melissa and Doug I see in there, but those are also green toys, the recycled material cars. I love those. And these are the new people from Lakeshore. My old people, I had a bunch of block people for many years, but they really started looking dated. I was like, how old are these people? They look like they're from the 50s. So these people are a little more updated. They're multicultural. They have brightly colored clothes. I like these people a lot. So those are from Lakeshore. So yeah, so that's what we have over here in the block center. And again, all those labels, you can find in the labels set over at Preschool Teachers Are Superheroes. I'm realizing now as I talk that some of these are in the updated packet that I haven't posted yet. I have an updated version of these labels that I haven't uploaded there yet. So if you haven't already gone over and got it, wait till I upload the new version. There we go. So that's the block center. Yep. And then, of course, this is the rug right here. So the rug is actually moved around a little bit. It should be closer, but they can build right on there, right? Okay. And then I have my table over here. This actually doubles as a table and a sensory bin. So the lids, there's two lids, they come off and there are two sensory bins inside. So how cool is that? So yeah, I love it. I don't have any of my chairs in here right now because I didn't want to trip while I was doing the tour, but I do have chairs that we use. So dramatic play is right after the blocks. You can see it's right behind the blocks. See, there's the blocks. And behind it, we have a very small but very functional dramatic play center. So I've given this tour before, but this time it's set up kind of like a pumpkin patch, so you can maybe get some ideas from there. But this 3-shelf cart is from IKEA. I got it there a couple years ago, and a lot of people use it for art, but I found that look at how nicely it fits my baby dolls. That's the perfect baby doll bed because I get tired of the kids putting the baby dolls in the oven or the refrigerator or whatever, the freezer, the microwave. And even if you have a cradle for them, they still seem to end up in those places. But for some reason, these bunk beds are very appealing. And so I haven't had any problems with that since we did this. So I have some soft blankets from like Five Below in there. And then I have my multicultural, diverse baby dolls. And then in the top shelf, I have books. And these are books about cooking and books about family and different multicultural foods. Let's see if I can see any in here. So just a bunch of different books that you could use in your dramatic play center. Oh, this is a really good one. This is a whole series, and some of them haven't been released yet. I have them on order, but they have movable parts inside. They're really cool. They're like kid-friendly cookbooks almost. So I got, yeah. Anyway, there's that. And then while you're at IKEA, pick up one of these little 99-cent picture frames. So this is just a 99-cent plastic frame, but they're super cute. And in my dramatic play pumpkin patch kit, I have these little signs. There's one that says "Happy Fall, y'all," and "Keep calm and pick on." So you can choose those. Of course, we've got a phone to take, I guess, phone orders for your pumpkin patch, and a clipboard with pencils, of course. And then over here, a lot of you have seen this already. These are my Sterilite drawers. And see, Tom spray painted one silver for me, so it looks like a refrigerator. And the other one came in that beautiful teal color. And then I made these little printable pieces to go on top and on the fronts of the doors. So it looks like I'm baking 3 pies. Go me. Yeah, and then inside those drawers, I store the food and the dishes and all the other accessories that you would see in a regular dramatic play center. Teresa says, I downloaded your pumpkin patch signs for our kitchen. That's awesome. I got this black pocket chart, but I can't remember where. Usually if I get something at the Target dollar spot, I remember it. And I don't remember this, so I can't say where I got it. But I like the black because it really pops with the colors. So in the Dramatic Play Pumpkin Patch Kit, there are a whole bunch of word cards. I'm only showing you 8 here, but there's a whole bunch more. And then in the bottom, there's how to make a pumpkin pie. And somewhere in one of these drawers down here, I have little pretend pumpkin pies. They're like 2 pieces of felt cut in circles and a little pie pan with some orange pom-poms. And the kids can practice sequencing and following directions, right? How cool is that? And then we have a little menu. And I forgot to mention that this kit, this Dramatic Play Pumpkin Patch Kit, is completely editable. So all of the words that you see are editable fields so that you can type in your own words or your own language. And then everything is also in black and white. So the menu, I have like 3 different versions. This one just has the names. Then I have one with prices and I have one with blanks so that the kids can write in their own things on there. Yeah. And then here's a buy one pumpkin spice latte, get one half off. So you can go to your local coffee shop and ask for some clean, unused coffee cups. And they can use the orange pom-poms. Yeah. All right. And then I lost the little string that I usually hang up my pennant banners with. You see those little pennants there, the letter P? It spells out pumpkin patch. And I usually have those hanging up at the top of the bulletin board, but I lost the string somewhere along the way. So yeah. So here's the hayride sign. Now, if you're really brave and you have a nice big space, you can get a wagon out and the kids can actually do hayrides. And of course, we've got a welcome to the pumpkin patch sign. And if it's completely editable in case you want to use your own language or your own wording. We got a hours of operations sign, and if you laminate that and give the kids dry erase or vis-a-vis markers, they can write their own times in. We've got open and close sign. And this, of course, is the reflective vest that the hayride driver wears, or the parking lot attendant. If you've ever been to the pumpkin patch in October, sometimes they need a parking lot attendant because they're so busy. And then I have a bunch of fake pumpkins that I've collected over the years from places like the dollar store, or after October is over with your Hobby Lobby coupon. You can get lots of goodies. So I've got a tall pumpkin, a short pumpkin, small, medium, large. They can practice their sizes. We've got some gourds there for vocabulary because they never know what those are. We've got our role-playing badges with diverse people on them. So we've got cashiers, pumpkin pickers, customers from the pumpkin patch goodie shop, right? And we have, in the newly updated packet, we've got a nonfiction book. This is the half-size book, but it says, like, let's go to the pumpkin patch. Pumpkins grow on vines. In the fall, you can go to the pumpkin patch. And so it basically gives them some background knowledge about what a pumpkin patch is, right? And what you do there. So I have a full size book and a half-size book, completely editable. And then I have these little order forms here. So at your pumpkin shop, your pumpkin goodie shop, you've got pumpkin spice lattes, water, pumpkin muffins, pumpkin pie, pumpkin donuts, and pumpkin bread. And now I'm hungry. But I have these in half page and quarter size pages for the kids to use with pencils and clipboards. There's a cash register around here somewhere. I don't have it out right now. But yeah, so that's, you kind of get the gist of it. I don't even have half of what I usually have out here, but this is kind of the gist. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. Now, I think it was last week or the week before, I showed you my new vertical writing center. So having a dedicated writing center in the classroom is really important to me because I really love to teach my kids about writing and how writing works. And the best way to do that is with a writing center and daily opportunities for them to write freely. And so I didn't want to give up one of my shelves though, because last year I had it on a shelf. But my classroom is so small. I was like, but I'm taking up so much space. So then I thought, what about vertical? And they had cups like these. And we have a writing center page at Pre-K Pages. So you can, if you're more into pinning it, saving it for later or whatever, you can do that there. But they had these little magnetic cups. They had them like at the dollar spot over the summer. They didn't look exactly like this, but they were all kinds of cool colors. And I was like, oh, those are cool, but I don't know what I'd do with them. And then of course they went away. And then I had this idea and I was like, oh, I should have bought all of those. So anyway, I got similar ones. I think there's a link to them in the blog post at Pre-K Pages from Papermate. These particular ones you see on the screen are from the Container Store, but they aren't the most affordable option. I just really had the urge to do this. So I have the markers. We've got all the colors of markers. We've got pencils, skinny markers. You could also do colored pencils. There's the whiteboards. Those are magnetic dry erase mini boards. So I knew we had some around here. Expo markers. And then paper. I've got all kinds of colors of paper in there. You just can't see them. They're hidden behind the white paper. And then I've got clipboards so the kids can put I don't know what it is about clipboards that kids love so much. I guess they're kind of big people things, but they just love to write on clipboards. And then I've got these rubbing plates that I got from the Dollar Tree over the summer. And those are awesome. There's some naked crayons in there so they can do rubbings of the rubbing plates. So that is we always use it. Lynette, I think she's right. Our red markers always die first. And I always wondered why. I just thought maybe the red ink is something wrong with it, but maybe you're right. She said it's a popular color. All right. And then because I have a small room, remember 13 feet by 13 feet, I found these little clippy things. They're really just clothespins, kind of hot glued to a piece of wood. I found those at the Target Dollar Spot, and they had them again this summer. They've had them in the Dollar Spot over the last several years, and we just attached them to the doors, and now we have a place for the kids to put their artwork around the room. And I've talked about these before. These are my ledges, again from IKEA, and Tom just screwed those into the doors for me. And then I got an industrial cookie sheet. And do you see how it's just so it's propped at an angle so they have that vertical space. And then I hot glued some clothespins on, and now they can change their own paper at the easel. I have some quick sticks there. Those are tempera paint sticks. If you haven't tried them yet, you are missing out big time. They love, love, love those paint sticks. Okay, and this is kind of my teacher desk area, if you will. It's a countertop, but that's okay. There's no time to sit when kids are in the classroom anyway. And then over here is the classroom library. Sorry, I had to walk around the table. So what I did was, the changes I made this year was the safe spot used to be where the writing center is, or the calm down corner, or whatever you want to call it. Used to be where the writing center is. But it made more sense to me to put the writing center near the easels. So I had kind of that whole art writing center thing going on together. And then the safe center, or whatever you want to call it, calm down, whatever, is over here in the classroom library. And the cool thing about this center is that the only thing that's stationary here are these particular books, and these stuffed animals can move around. But I have a whole tub or basket of other things that I can just pick up and take anywhere that I would want to. But yeah, and those are spice racks from IKEA. Those are, I think they're like $1.99 or some super ridiculously cheap price. And you just screw them into the wall, and then you got these really cool little bookshelves. Grumpy Pants is an awesome book. You have to read that one. And then the pillows, I think I got the sad, angry, I got one of these pillows at at Walmart. I remember that. And then I got one at Five Below and one like at Michael's. You see them a lot. And then Knuffle Bunny, I think, was a Kohl's Cares for Kids promotion from a year or so ago, maybe a couple years. So I have some book selections that help kids talk about their feelings and their emotions, things like that. But then I also have this little portable basket that I have that has a bunch of calm down stuff in it, like a pinwheel. And I have that up on the top of a shelf so I can just get it if I need it. Then we have this little blue rack. It's pretty cool. It's like $75 on Amazon or $79. I can't remember. I know that some of our friends that are watching probably have one of these, but it's super cheap. And then inside the bins are books categorized by theme. So here you can see these are all nursery rhyme books, right? And then I recently changed the tubs from black to clear, so these aren't attached yet, but I have these little book tub labels. And each box has a book tub label, and then it has a corresponding sticker. And then all the books in the tub have that same sticker, so the kids know where they go. Because if we just left them to their own devices, they would go on the floor. And there we have some books about colors and shapes. We have finger plays and rhymes. We have some transportation. I see some class favorites, some classics, some Eric Carle. But each of the tubs has, I can't see it now, it has one of these little labels. I have a whole set of those in my store, and Tom will drop a link. And then there is the Library Center sign. And I just used the top here to display a book and a little stuffed animal. Hey, Shelly, yes, the book tub labels are in my store. And then this is a rain gutter. It's a plastic rain gutter from the home improvement store. And Tom just cut it. And then we put the little end caps on. Can you see the little end caps? They keep the ends safe from sharp edges, right? And then I just sat the books in there with the little stuffed animals. And then these pennants, this is like the string that I'm missing in my dramatic play center. These are book jackets that I just cut into triangles and I put over here for cute book classroom library display. Hey, Shelly, at Pre-K Pages, if you go to pre-kpages.com and then go to the store, then that's where you find all the wonderful goodies. And then I really, whoops, I knew I was going to trip, see? This is a book wreath, and I tried really, really hard one day to make one on my own, and I cut up an entire Pete the Cat book, and then it looked horrible when I was done, and so I gave up and ordered one from Etsy. It was worth every penny. So that's where I got it. I tried to make my own. It was a complete Pinterest fail, if you will. So here, finally, we're back to the other side of the room now. And this is the Alphabet Center or the Literacy Center, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's whatever your program prefers to call it. So here I have the sign, the ABC Center sign. Again, the words are editable, and then you put in a picture of what the center looks like when it's clean. And we've got books about the alphabet. And then we have these little alphabet pebbles, they're called. And letter tiles. They often have the letter tiles at Walmart. And those are wonderful for kids they love to spell their names. So we have a pocket chart over here with kids' names in it, so they can take those out. This is an ABC sensory bottle. And so those are letter beads inside. And then I have little plastic pellets. And you can get those at the hobby store, a craft store, in the making stuffed animal section or whatever you want to call it, because those are the little pellets that go inside like Beanie Babies. And that's hot glued shut, and the kids can shake it and look for their letter. And this is my Chicka Chicka Boom Boom tree, and you can learn all about that at Pre-K Pages. In the literacy section, I have a whole post about the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom tree, and you can see Chicka Chicka Boom Boom is one of the books we have here. It's one of the first books we read every year. And then down here, I don't know what it is, but my kids love the fishing game. All kids every year love to fish for the letters. I don't know why. Why is it so appealing? I'm not sure, but they love it. So I keep that there pretty much all year because I know that it's always a hit. My puppy chow game, we have a whole post on that at Pre-K Pages. And then these are the cars. They're alphabet cars, and they have little alphabet roads. That's a freebie at Pre-K Pages. And we've got our wiki sticks. Those are waxed strings. And then we've got our alphabots, or our letter bots, hugely popular. We've got our building letters. They're like little pieces of wood that are shaped, and the kids can make the letters with them. And those are great for kids to learn the letters with. I have these little alphabet dinosaurs. These are too difficult in the beginning of the year, so I just put those out for tonight. And the letter locks, they're also too difficult for this time of the year, but they're awesome. The letter locks are from Lakeshore. Each lock has a matching key, and the kids can find the matching letters and open the locks, and they love it. But I wait a little while to put that out. I just put them out for tonight. But yeah, that's the ABC Center. And here you can see my word/name wall, and whatever you prefer to call it. Tom will drop a link to that for you below. So what I do is I take the kids' names, and you can make these as large or as small as you'd like. And then during small group time or large group time, whatever you prefer really, you can find their name and they can put it underneath, CR for Reagan, right? So I'd probably shrink this one down. It has a lot of extra white space at the end, so they'll fit. And then the kids love to use the word wall to read, quote unquote, their names and the names of their friends. The wooden circles. Oh, Amazon. Nina, she wanted to know where I got the little slices of wood. So there's a block center page at Pre-K Pages, and it has links to all of these goodies from each of the centers. There's a block center page, an ABC center page, a math center, science center, dramatic play center, all that good stuff. These bags here are months of the year. I'm not a big fan of the birthday board just because they take up a lot of space and they don't really serve a purpose. So instead we have these little birthday bags, and at the beginning of each month we take one of the bags down, and the little people inside have the kids' names and birthdays on them. So like sometimes we'll take one down and we'll go, oh no, this bag is empty. Great math fact right there, right? 0 means empty, right? Concept of 0, that's a math concept. And we'll say that means nobody has a birthday this month. Or sometimes we'll take it out and there'll be 3 or 4 people, and we'll say, wow, let's count how many birthdays we have this month. And then we can mark them on our linear calendar here. Oops, I forgot the little houses and school buses for the other days. But this is also in my store. And then this is our daily schedule, daily picture schedule. And we move the little magnet down, right, as we complete each of the daily activities. This just gives kids a sense of structure and routine, right? And then I have my classroom helpers. So these are just library pockets. And then all of the pictures that you can cut out and glue on there are in my store in the Classroom Helpers kit. And then there's their little faces glued to sticks, craft sticks. And you can have them kind of assign them jobs, if you will. Yeah. There's our little weather chart. And then this is kind of like our question of the day right now. But I do have several question of the day packets. But when they come in the morning, they put their little name card with a magnet on it into the appropriate column. So if they're here, they put their name card in the school section, and then I usually have one of my students that has been making good choices since they came in, put the names of the missing kids up under the home space. It's always a very coveted job because you get to manipulate other people's name cards, apparently. Nina says, I use pictures of kids' faces on 3D cupcakes. That's awesome. All right, so that brings us all the way back to the Science Center. I told you my classroom was small. It's small but mighty, right? Packed with learning. So I'll do one last sweep of the classroom. There's dramatic play, the pumpkin patch, the writing and art center. Those are kind of combined. The table, which doubles as a sensory bin. And that's all storage. I have separate tours of what's in my storage cabinets over on the Facebook page. Well, you're already on the Facebook page, but in the videos section, I have two closet tours, but I can do another one. It hasn't really changed a whole lot. But yeah, I have closet tours. There's the block center. So yeah, I hope that, let's see, there we go. I hope that you enjoyed the tour, and let me know in the comments below if there was a center that you liked the most. If you have any suggestions or questions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. The blue storage shelf, Dara, came from Amazon, and I think it's called Honey-Do, like honeydew, like your honey-do list. It's called Honey-Do, D-O. Hey, Joanne, we don't have our kids for very long here, so there's no snack going on. Thanks, Diane. The floors are brand new. That was one of the changes we made this year. Yay. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll be back. I think I'll be back next week, my regularly scheduled time, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I'm Vanessa Levin from Pre-K Pages, and if you know anyone who might enjoy taking a tour of my classroom, go ahead and tag them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a good night.